A neighborhood drug dealer, a pimp, and a prostitute uncover a massive government conspiracy that is spreading around the world. I had no idea what kind of movie I was getting into when I turned on They Cloned Tyrone. I knew John Boyega as Finn from the newest Star Wars trilogy and almost didn't recognize him as the lead in this film. They Cloned Tyrone has a very unique vibe to it. Visually, it looks like it was filmed in the 1970s on very cheap film that has degraded quite a bit over time. And until the prostitute character started talking to her pimp about a money-making opportunity, I had no idea when this film took place. The plot and the way that the story unfolds reminds me quite a bit of the underseen 2018 movie Sorry to Bother You, starring Lakeith Stanfield, mixed with some of the horror comedy elements from Cabin in the Woods, sprinkle in a little bit of Twilight Zone, a little bit of Black Mirror, and you have the recipe for a movie that doesn't quite feel like anything else out there. And the score and soundtrack is just full of great funk music. I don't recommend watching the trailer before watching the movie because, as always, it gives way too much of the story away. Having the song Somebody Watching Me playing over it made me hyped to watch this all over again. It's one of my favorite trailers I've seen in quite a while. Now, my biggest issue with the movie is that it's too dark. And I don't mean thematically dark, which it is also pretty dark thematically. I mean visually dark. You know, normal movies are well lit like this. Dark movies look like this. And They Cloned Tyrone looked like this. And when you mix in the film grain, I found the scenes nearly impossible to decipher and make out clearly. Even with the dark and grainy visuals, the story and characters were so compelling, it held my interest for the full 2 hours. Now, playing opposite John Boyega is Jamie Foxx, who in my opinion is one of the most talented people that we've got. And I don't mean just acting. He can do it all. He can play a good guy or bad guy. He's hilarious, he can sing, and he can dance. He is the total package. And I'm so happy that he seems to have overcome his recent health scares. We also have another In Living Color alum in David Alan Grier, who's in a small role as a preacher in They Cloned Tyrone. And he's great as always. Jamie Foxx and David Alan Grier are both national treasures. Based on the title of the movie, I would say it's not a spoiler to say that this is a science fiction film. Now, I wasn't expecting or prepared for where it went, and throughout the whole movie I kept wondering, who is Tyrone? Now, this isn't the type of movie with a whole bunch of twists and turns, but there are small revelations throughout it as that conspiracy is uncovered. Now, it definitely hits hard with that social commentary, much like the 2017 horror classic Get Out, and it may be the first film since Get Out that really hits that message perfectly without drifting too much into the preachy exposition territory. Now, while not nearly as big of a conspiracy as the one in the movie, there's another smaller conspiracy surrounding the actor Leon Lamar, who plays the homeless man Frog in the film. There are stories going around that he's the oldest actor of all time. IMDb says he was born in 1919, making him 104 years old. But other sites say he was born in 1939, making him only 84. Now, my gut tells me that 84 number is probably closer to being correct, but my heart wants to believe that he really is 104 years old. They Cloned Tyrone is one of the better Netflix original movies I've seen in a long time. It's suspenseful, it's funny, it's satirical, it's thought-provoking, and it features a great cast who are all on top of their game. It is everything that I look for in a movie. Eating lunch at a local chicken joint, gold guns, green cars, looking cool with a style that can't be pinpointed to a year, scratching lottery tickets, visually dark toned,